Welcome back to the second part of the MySQL database creation. Now that we have created our empty table structure, now we can now insert into the table. So to insert into the table, the command we use is insert with value. So how do we make use of this? You start by saying insert into table names. And what's our table name? Employee. Then values. Then you open a bracket to specify the value of each of the field name from the table we have created earlier. So employee ID, what is the first value we want to put there? So let's say we are using 101, comma, then employee name. You will notice that the value for employee ID is not quoted. That is because it is an integer value. But in the case of employee name, we are going to have it quoted because we're using varchar. Any field name that has a varchar data type must be quoted. So we are going to quote that. So let's say the name is Nuruddin. You put comma. The employee salary, that is also int. So I can say the salary is 85,000. Okay. Then grade. So you can say the grade is grade A. That is car, so you don't need to quote the car value either, or you put what do you call it, single quote for car. Yes. Then the last one is date. So the date has a particular the format you can follow. You can define the format. I think using a single quote too. So you put 90 okay, year first. So by saying okay, 2015 IV August, that is 8/15. Then you close the brackets. Then terminate your statement with semicolon. So you see that you have query OK, one row affiliated. That means a record has been inserted into the table. So you can view this by querying your table using select statement with a wildcard star. Select star from employee, put semicolon, then press enter. So the first record we have inserted is now displaying to us. Okay, so you can also insert a new record. So I will just call up the previous one and modify or edit. So the new record is 2015. The date is still the same thing, the grade is the same thing, the salary, okay, let's assume the salary is the same thing. Then so I'm going to use Damilola. Then his ID number is 102. Then you press enter. So another record has been inserted. Now I'm going to deliberately make an error. I will insert the previous record, Damilola's record, again, and I will use that to explain what we call primary key. If I insert the same record, all because of the 101 that has been the field name, employee ID that has been given primary key, is going to give us an error telling us that we have a duplicate. Error, duplicate entry 102 for key primary. So telling us that we cannot insert another record that will have the employee ID 102 because that is already in existence. So we need to change that. Is that taken? So I can just insert the same record with different uh, employee ID. That will be taken straight away. So that is that. So I'm displaying the record by querying it using select statements. So by now we should have three records. So now that we notice that the record are the same, two records are the same but with different key. I can just delete a record. So sorry for being too fast. Going to deletion immediately. So this time around, I'm not deleting a table, but I'm deleting content of a table. So I will just say delete from employee where employee ID equal to 103, and what is going to happen is going to remove that record with 103. So let's query it again. So you see that that record will be taken off. So this is how you insert into a record. You can also insert into a record without inserting a particular value, so a particular field, by setting it to null. Okay, let me change the name. Let's say Femi, then insert. So when you display this record now, you're going to have null there. So that null, you can update it later when we want to put a value there. Is that taken? Now, so that's how we insert. Then you can, there's another way of inserting into a record by specifying the field name that you actually want to insert into. That is also used when you have intention of not inserting into all the record as well, instead of using none. So I'm going to modify this by saying, specifying the field name. So insert employee, insert into employee, then you specify the field name. So employee ID, comma, employee name, comma, then let's say grade. Then you close the brackets, values. Then you're now going to remove those ones that you have not specified. I didn't specify salaries. I'm going to remove it. I didn't specify dates. I'm going to remove that too. So then you press enter. Duplicate record because of that 103. So I need to do that again. Change the record to 104. Then I will change the name. Let's say Shegun. Then I'll press enter. So we can display this. Then you see the value that has been actually inserted. So this is how we insert into record. So I'm going to drop the to stop here for part 2. So this will be the part 2 of our, then we continue from there in part 3. Thank you.